Right, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Yeah, I'm playing Doom for the ps1 on my Atari VCS, and I'm using the Atari VCS modern controller on it, right? So, this is awesome, and I'm going to show you how to set up the controller um, to play Doom for the PS1 on the Atari VCS, right? So, um, so okay, so to start off, for some reason, do you see the triggers there? For some reason, when you're setting up the controls, it doesn't recognise these as triggers, right? Now, on the PS1 controller, that'd be L2 and R2, But for some reason, when you're configuring the controls for Doom on the PS1 on the Atari VCS, it doesn't recognise the triggers as L2 or R2. So, the great thing about this is you can set up the controls any way you want, But for me personally, now, L2 and R2 switches weapons in Doom, So, for me, now L2 means switch weapons backwards, R2 means switch weapons forwards, right? So, for me, I'm going to unpause the game. Right, so I'm on the shotgun now, so I want to get back to the handgun now. So, I press down on the right stick to get back to the handgun. Now, if I want to get back to the shotgun, or the chain gun, I press the right stick. Now that's the best way to set up the controls in my opinion, switching weapons. Now like I said, the best thing about this is you can set up the controls any way you want, That's my personal preference, Now if you want to, you can make switching weapons X and Y or A and B or any way you want, but for me, if I want to go back to the handgun and to my chainsaw, and if I want to go back to the shotgun or the chainsaw or the chain gun. Now, in my opinion, use your shotgun as much as you can, as much as you can when you're playing Doom on the PS1, because there's later levels where it's going to be a shit ton of enemies and you're gonna need the chain gun, or the rocket launcher. But in my opinion, the chain gun and your shotgun are your best weapons in the game, in my opinion. But anyway, so I'm going to show you how to actually set up the controls for Doom on the PS, for Doom on the PS1 on your Atari VCS. So this name the site I go to has a ton of systems. Retrogames.fun up there in the corner, if you can see that, And this is the PlayStation section. So if I want to select the system, see them scrolling up the top there. So anyway, I want to configure the controls. So if you go down here and you click this joypad icon button, right? So now you see this little box here that says remap left axis. If you click inside that box, it recognises the left stick as a D-pad. Even though it's not a D-pad, it recognises it. And then it configures the buttons here, start for start, select and so forth. Now, like I said, you can change those to anything you want, And so like L2 R2 is the right stick and the extra button. But anyway, and then so you just hit update, and you're away, And as it runs great, with the VCS controller, as you can see, so brilliant stuff. Yeah, so I just want to make a quick video about that, Doom on the PS1, it's brilliant, when I found out that I could play Doom for the PS1 on my Atari VCS, was a happy camper, This is a game I always go back to playing, and it's just really convenient that I can play it on my Atari VCS without having to dig out my actual PlayStation and do them, like, you know. So yeah, like, so enjoy your Atari VCS, people. That's just a quick video, like, if you're setting up the controls for Doom on the Atari VCS for the PS1, the right stick is for weapons forward. You click down on it, like you click. So keep that in mind. You can actually click down to just like an Xbox controller or something, like, you know. So yeah, it helps, you know, to know that bit of information. If you're wondering why it won't recognise the triggers as L2 or R2, and now you know, it just doesn't, like, you know. And you want to switch back to the shotgun, you press down on the red stick like that. And now one thing I noticed, you have to calibrate the Atari VCS controller a lot, you know, because whatever it is, the sticks have a bit of drift, you know. Because I'm sure you're seeing there a second ago, my character just moved back on its own. That's because it drifts down slightly. So you have to go to the calibration section and calibrate it. It's not a long process, but it's something that I noticed that regularly I have to keep calibrating the sticks, you know. So that's just another thing to keep note of, you know. But it's awesome, I love it, you know. And brilliant stuff. Now, see the way it just moved back there on its own. Now, I didn't do anything there, you know. So that's just moved back on its own. See. So you have to every so often calibrate the controller, you know. You know, actually, I'm going to show you that right now, like, you know. So just going to go back to the dashboard, and it's just a slight annoyance. You know, every so often you have to calibrate the controller. So, you see that it went down on its own there. We didn't. See, it keeps going down. See, so it is a bit annoying. Now, I'm trying to get the system there, see? But it keeps going down on me. See, that keeps going down. I just want to get to the system section so we can calibrate the controller. Yeah, so it's annoying. Well, that's just one thing, you know. Anyway, so here we are. I'll go to the devices section, and I'll go down to see. Now I went down there by itself. I didn't do anything. So look, I'm saying the red stick in particular seems to just move down on its own, like, you know. So you go to calibrate controllers, and so model controller, and you have to make sure it's plugged via USB, you know. So you just press A to calibrate. Now you have to rotate each stick around, you know, in a circle. It could be clockwise or anti-clockwise, but it has to be a full circle, if you know what I mean, you know. So I'm going to start with the red. 1, 2, like 3, you know, like around like that. Then same with this one. It could be that way or the other way, you know, but it has to be 3 full circles. 1, 2, 3. And then you have to press both triggers down 3 times as far as they can go. So it's 1, 2, 3. Then it says press Y and press Y and sorry, it's press Y and down on the D-pad at the same time to exit calibration. So I'm gonna do that. And when the Fuji Limbo comes back, the calibration's done. So I'm gonna test the calibration. See, test calibration. Click that, and everything seems to be okay. Like, you know, once everything's at zero, and nothing's going mad or anything like that, it's calibrated. Like, you know. Because if something's out of whack, you'll see it moving, like, you know what I mean, by itself. And you see them things going mad. So it's all calibrated right now. Press A and B to go back. And so yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I just want to make a quick video about that. I hope everyone has a good day. And the Atari VCS is awesome. I love it. So take care and bye bye.